Hello, everyone. Hello, Scott. What's up, dude? This is not a vlog. Why am I talking like that? This is Daily Doc. I haven't done this in a while. It is August 5th, 2023 at 5 o'clock. Now, so much has happened. So much. Actually, not a lot, but like a lot. So, I now have another dog. I have a puppy. I have a little husky named Lana. She's full of Milky and her were playing. So say hello everyone to Lana. Um, she's a little baby husky. She's only about 8 weeks old today, actually, which is insane. But yeah, update. Financial wise, still in the same job. I am starting to go back on learning more about the business, but now I'm kind of reframing. So before I was a lead generation agency for business to business software as a service companies. Now I'm gearing more towards AI automation agencies and AI consultants and targeting that. I still cannot afford to run the business as of yet, but I have been researching more into it and trying to learn more about it. With that being said, financial wise, me and Cynthia have combined our income and really had a hard talk about our finances and going through everything we do, everything we spend money on, and how we can be more responsible. And we did that and we set a budget. We're going to be in a long season of no, probably around 6 months of really not buying anything that we don't need, such as clothes, um, going out. We're pretty much going to be saying no to everything going out wise. That's going to cost us our time and not any money in return. I know that sounds very harsh, but we are at a stage where we need to be conscious of that because I don't want to be in the same place in 3 years. So we are doing that. We're paying off debt. We had to talk about debt. Me and her have a little bit of debt. I have my card debt, and I have a little bit of credit card debt. So does she? She doesn't have a card debt, but she has a credit card debt. So we had to talk about that a lot. We kind of broke down on so living here we can afford it. We have about extra every month together. We have around $750 a month extra, but though that money is going, a little bit of it, like around $200, is gonna go into a sinking or a emergency fund, and then the rest is gonna go into a sinking fund, which is basically means is that sinking fund is gonna go towards debt. Once that debt is paid off, we will use that as like a regular savings, and so we can save money and have enough money to be able to obviously have more for an emergency fund. I want to build up at least to around 3 months of rent for our emergency fund. Now that's gonna take a while, but I'm also looking for other jobs that will pay more currently, as in I can't afford to run the business operationally wise to do it where I want to do it. In terms of like reaching out to people, I can reach out to potential clients, but it's a very slow process because I don't have the software and things that I used before to reach out to around 1,000 people a day that are verified and may want to purchase my service. I can't do that right now. So right now I'm basically handpicking one, two, three, four of like potential clients that I don't even know if are verified, and that's how I'm trying to earn business through my business. So I definitely need a income, a steady income. So that means a job. And I recently transitioned from a customer experience manager to a business operations manager. Now that is more on my resume. It looks really well, but I am trying to find jobs in that sector because I do have experience and managerial experience and other things as of that. So I'm also going back to school, surprisingly, because I'm not really getting paid to go to school. They're paying my classes. I might have to buy books, but I know that will be taken care of by either my mom or my dad just because they've said if I ever needed help with school book wise, they'll take care of it. Now, I am going back to school, but it's all online. I'm only taking 3 classes this semester, and that's going to start in August 21st. So I'm going to have to handle my job, that, and then trying to make money on the side. In terms of speaking about money on the side, I have flipped one item, which was my PS4. I've sold it for 150. Um, and then I'm trying to use Facebook to flip, so we're gonna save money on the flip money, and so I can reinvest and buy more things to flip. But currently, I'm just trying to see what's in my apartment to kind of sell. One of them is a Dyson fan that we don't really use that much, but I've been trying to sell that. we kind of have a little filing system with for this, which is basically folder with a bunch of envelopes, and each envelope has rent, carbon payment, all that stuff. So every month, every time we get paid, we're gonna withdraw money, and except for the the things we have to pay for. But we're gonna draw money so we can't spend it like we do on debit cards, because it's very easy to spend money on a debit card, which is unfortunate, but it's the truth. So we really talked about everything like that, and that is the big update. As for Lana, we got her at 7 weeks. She had worms because we didn't buy her. We got her completely for free from a family friend. Well, she's not really a friend. She's a family friend, but that family friend told us about the guy who's having puppies. Anyways, we were really thinking about hard on like whether it's responsible to get a puppy. We kind of just said, well, when we'll go check out the puppy and see how she is and make a decision there, and we did, and then we ended up taking the dog, naming her Azula at first, and then changing her name to Lana. Anyway, she had worms because she didn't get any shots. She didn't get checked out by the vet. This was 7 weeks old. She was super shy to see us, or to like she's still shy to this day, except with my dog Milky because she's playing around with them all the time. But she's super shy. At first, she was so lethargic the first 2 days. We took her to the vet the night of because she was just crying, and I did see worms in her fecal matter. And I talked to the vet, and they were like, yeah, it's just hookworms and tapeworms is very common, but you know that's so I was like, can we take care of it? So we got some dewormers for her. She was finally good after about 3 days, and then she started eating a lot more. And we've had her for about a week now, and she's very healthy. She's running around. She just got her shots the other day, her puppy shots. So and she took her heart guard and next guard, which is the heart murmur thing, and also flea and tick medicine. So she's good to play outside. We've been trying to potty train her. It's a little hard just because she hasn't even peed outside, which is insane. But yeah, so we're taking care of another dog, and we don't regret the decision at all, just because also the vet bills were covered by her mom, which is amazing. That's like actually I'm truly blessed and grateful for that. But yeah, and Milky now has a buddy to play with. Now once she gets potty trained, then we'll let her, not have to sleep in the crate, when we're gone, so she can play with Milky. One thing she is doing though is she's biting, like when she's playing with Milky, she's biting her cheek a lot, and they're starting to get like blood spots right here. But yeah, so that is the update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow because my brother actually moved in with us. I forgot to talk about this. He moved in with us for about a month just because he got a new job, and it was at the beach, and I would live at the beach. So he was using my office. That's why you see a different background. Anyways, he's moving on in like a couple of days once he gets his car, and then I'll finally have my office back, and you'll see more videos like this, or not more videos, but more vlogs. This vlog is meant to be for me. I don't know if I'll ever release it to the public, probably not, but it's more instead of writing. I did want to do a video just because I can look back on a video. Compared to writing, I'll be able to better understand my emotion at the time, which my haircut looks crazy. I literally got a haircut like 2 weeks ago, and the front looks crazy. But yeah, so I'm very excited to kind of be in this grind mode. I'm really glad that Cynthia is like agreeing with this in terms of like being in a season of no, and understanding that we do have to make some sacrifices. So which that means is I'm also putting off my jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai that I wanted to do this month, like super eagerly wanted to do, but have to sacrifice and not do that for a while until we can really actually afford it. I applied to a bunch of jobs, online jobs that are remote. So government jobs, I applied to jobs like sales jobs. I applied to business operations jobs, jobs in my field. And I'm really hoping like I will work my ass off if I happen to get a chance to work at a job that pays more than where I'm working at. Where I'm working at is not terrible at all. It's just the pay it's not the best. I'm making $17.50 somewhere around there. And the thing is, before this, the only other job that paid really low was my Winn-Dixie job, which was my high school job. I made $11.25 an hour there. Um, but other than that, like when I worked on my sales job, I made $21 an hour full time, and then I had the part-time gig with Anthony as a freelance photographer doing real estate, and I made $25 an hour there. Now, mind you, the hours were very small. I'd work like 1 or 2 days, like a shoot wise, and it'd only be like 5. So in total, I'd work like maybe like 10 hours the most at a week, which was not a lot. But if I had more hours there, I would have definitely stayed. If I was like a full-time gig thing, I would definitely have stayed. But it was just at this point when I was working at my Men's Warehouse full-time job, the schedules weren't really lining up. So yeah, but that's the big update. I know it was a kind of a breather, but anyways, yeah, I want to start actually. I don't want to like distract myself from the business, but I do want to get back into YouTube. I don't know if that. I don't think it's gonna help as much just because I am in a season of no, and I want to make as much money as I can. So I might just film clips like this, where it's just small parts of clips, what I'm talking about, what I'm doing, but make it where I can upload it publicly and not have to worry about too much personal information. Um, but yeah, no, the other day was a really big thing mentally for me. Like, almost short on rent, and my girlfriend had to pay more than I had to do, than I had to, and it just felt really shameful about myself that I'm a guy. I've always talked about how I'm gonna be the breadwinner, how I should be the one taking care of all the bills, but I didn't, and I felt like a complete failure. I don't know, because I've known I wanted to. I've always expected more out of myself than I actually put in, and that really changed a lot after that conversation me and her had, because like I should be putting more in. I should be the hardest worker in the room. I shouldn't be acting like I've already made it when I haven't. I really haven't made it. I haven't. I have an apartment, yes, but I'm busting my ass just to have this apartment, and I want to bust my ass even more to actually get what I want. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking bust my ass. I'm gonna be the hardest worker in the goddamn room. I'm gonna be doing 5 times more than anybody else in the room, and that's what it's gonna take. And don't. It does not matter if that's hard. Like, no shit, it's gonna be hard. But when I feel that, I'm gonna quote Alex Hormozy on this. Like, this is what it feels like to be hard. This is what hard feels like. And if I want to win, I'm gonna have to get through this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm have to go through this hard. Like, I've never felt anything hard in my life. I don't know why. If it's just I'm just very go with the flow, or just haven't gone through something. I mean, I've gone through something traumatic, but it doesn't feel traumatic to me. I don't know what that means, but like I lost an uncle through suicide, and I was close with him. Like, not like super close, but that was my only uncle. You know, I have a bunch of aunts, but that was my only uncle. That was the only guy figure apart from my grandpa and my stepdad. Like, I've gone through shit. I've lived in a poor country, and like, but I didn't feel that any of that as trauma or anything that I had to go through. It's like I got like bullied in elementary school. I got made fun of because I had an accent. I got made fun of because I couldn't speak English. All this shit. And it doesn't feel like I've gone through something hard, when in reality, if somebody else ever stepped in my shoes and went through something, all this stuff that I went through, I'm not going to say they're going to not, they're not going to think it's not hard. They're going to think it's definitely hard. I don't think they're going to think it's the worst thing that could happen, which it isn't. I have to also be grateful for all the stuff that happened to me. I happened to grow up in a middle class family. I mean, yeah, when I was born, until 9 years old, I was in poverty, pretty much in the Philippines. Moved here and I became middle class. Yes, that is a blessing. I understand that. But I don't know. I just felt like I knew something was going to happen. I knew God was going to give me a test. I knew He was going to put me something super hard. And this is what that feels like. And before me going through this hard stuff that I'm going through currently, I never felt anything like that. And I've always wondered, it's like, I was scared, kind of shitless, like that eventually something hard was going to happen. And since everything was feeling so easy, that this type of hard was going to be unbearable. It was almost unbearable in terms of like, I was so anxious, but I realized, so, after listening to a bunch of people like Alex Mosey or Andrew Huberman, all those guys are explaining on how to like really think about what I'm going through, which is amazing. It's amazing that I can see that and witness that on the internet and actually use it to help myself. But what I was going through is I I was having anxiety over stuff, and I didn't know why. And I realized it's because anxiety comes from a lack of decision, a lack of a clear vision. And that's what I was having. I was in the bed, I couldn't fall asleep. It's because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get out of it. I didn't know how to make things better. But once I really broke it down and made a plan for myself, that's when the budgeting thing came in. When the next morning, what I did was, we're going to make a budget. We're going to figure out what areas we need to work on. And we're going to fucking commit to this for 6 months, 12 months. I don't care however long it takes to actually get out of the place we're in right now, because I don't ever want to be in this place again. I don't ever want to have to worry about rent. I don't ever want to see my girlfriend have to pay more than me. I don't ever want to see that. So me and her made a plan, and we're going to stick to it. What the hell is she chewing? Hold on. What is that? She got a hair tie. But anyways, if this is what hard feels like, so be it. I will come at it like, if this is what hard feels like, so be it. It's not stopping me. Nothing is going to stop me from getting to what I want. And I need to put my goddamn foot down, because if I don't put my foot down on myself, I'm never going to get there. Right? I've been mentally masturbating myself into thinking I have what it takes, just because I'm telling myself I'm manifesting. But I haven't been putting in the work. I know this for a fact. I've been giving myself excuses. I've been saying I've been going to the gym. I haven't been going to the gym that much. I go to the gym 1-2 times a week. I don't stick to a diet, all right? Like, I'm telling all myself this, that I'm doing good, I'm being healthy. In reality, I haven't. Whenever I'm talking about I'm applying for jobs, I applied for 5 jobs and then fucking stopped. Or whenever I give myself these petty ass breaks talking about let's go on Twitter, let's go on Instagram, because I've been doing a lot, let me take a break. No, son of a bitch, you gotta keep going. Like every time, like when I have chores to do, like to clean up the apartment, to do this and this and this, afterwards I'm like, oh, I can relax now. No, because I still have shit to do to get out of this fucking situation. Like, I really need to fucking wake myself up. It is a goddamn wake up call. Like, I need to get out this rut before it's too late, because I'm only 20 years old, but I need to stress this much because I know how much I want to achieve. I know that it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be harder than anything. Like, hardest thing in the world. I have to sacrifice myself to get what I want. I have to sacrifice having fun. I have to sacrifice having this, having that. I have to, just because I know the outcome that I want for myself is going to be way better than the short-term pleasure that I'm going to achieve or receive if I didn't do the thing I needed to do. It's not just about the cars. It's not just about the houses that I want. It's not just about the things that I want. It's about the feeling that I want to have in the future, and having that stack of evidence. I don't want fake confidence. I don't want to be like, I'm confident, how to be confident. No, I want to have a stack of evidence that builds up to, I can do this. This is what I do. And I've been doing this for this long. And you can see this stack of evidence right here. And that's what I want my confidence to be built upon, is evidence of what I've actually done. If I want to be known as a great business person, I need to have built a business from the ground up, done everything in that business from sales, customer service to marketing, and work my ass off to be known as a good business guy. Like, I want to have the proof that for myself, I don't care. I know I can tell people some other things and make them believe that I'm this type of person. But in reality, inside, I know I'm not, because I don't have that stack of evidence. I don't have that stack of proof. I can tell people I worked out this many days, I'm this smart, I've read this many books, but I know damn well if I've said I've read this many books, I haven't read those many books. Because I haven't been true to myself. I've been lying to myself, and it's fucking terrible. Out of all the people, if I did lie, out of all the people I shouldn't have lied to is myself. Okay? Like, what if I lied to those people? What if I told them I never read a book, but then I actually did read a book? That's the only way I need to lie from now on, is telling people the other thing, instead of, like, if you know what I mean. Like, I haven't. So this book, I read one fucking chapter of this book. I read more, but I don't remember that shit. I read one chapter of, like, or about one person on this book. Okay? Now, if somebody saw me and asked me about this book, I'm gonna tell, but what I would used to tell them, I'm like, yeah, I got through like three quarters of it already. What I need to tell them next time, no, I haven't even started it, even though I did already. Just because I need to ingrain that into my head, that I need to fucking work and stop being on my ass. I need to put my fucking foot down, because I need to, for this family, to achieve what I want to achieve. And the biggest part about this is the thought of being in the same place again and again and again. Because I've experienced this before. From when I was in high school working at Winn-Dixie, I've experienced working in the same kind of place for 3 years. Every year, I would see my bank account. There's be no fucking money after working those many years. You know why? It's because I would spend all my money on shit I didn't need. Every check I get, I would spend all of it. Man, I might make it stretch until the next payday, but I would have spent all of my last check. I didn't save a single fucking penny. I don't even know. It's God-given gift that I have this apartment. Thanks to my mom, I got through a bunch of other shit. Because I depended on my mom. I depended on my parents. I grabbed their money. I depended on my aunt. My aunt who I could ask for money and I wouldn't have to worry about paying it back. I don't know what fucking kind of man that does that. And I can't believe I've done that. I need to fucking be better. I need to be goddamn better. I need to be a man. I need to be somebody my girlfriend can look at and be like, that is my husband and that is a man. I'm a little fucking boy right now. She had to pay more rent than me last month. Can you fucking believe that? She just got paid the other day. Okay? She just got paid the other day. I got paid that day too. I had $900 in my bank. She had gotten paid like $700. She had to give me all her money except for $12 fucking dollars because I was short. Because I had spent I spent $1,000 in less than a week. I don't even know how I fucking did that. I looked at the bank statement. I don't even know how. It just disappeared. I'm not giving myself an excuse, like, honestly being true to myself. Like, I don't know how. Because I know I didn't spend anything on like something I didn't need. But it's just the fact that she had to go through that. I had to put her through that. Fucking bothers me. And it should have bothered me a long time ago, but it didn't. And I don't know why it's just now sticking to me. I don't know if it's just because my brain is fucking developing or if it's just like I was just not thinking back then. I don't know why now is the only time it's actually hitting me that I need to fucking work. And that none of this shit is going to come to me without putting in the work. None of this is going to be a handout. And I knew this from the beginning. I knew none of this shit was going to be a handout. I just didn't believe that. I just felt like I was always going to be not lucky, but I just felt like some things are going to go my way. When things only go my way if I put in the fucking work, because volume negates luck. If I put in this amount of hours, there's no fucking way I'm not going to get what I want. If I read this book 1,000 times, there's no way I'm not going to know every single thing in this fucking book. It's just statistically makes sense. If I do something for long enough, I'm going to be a fucking master at it. Okay? I need to apply that to business. I need to apply that to health and fucking life. Is put in the goddamn hours. There's nothing that's going to be balanced anymore because there isn't. I need to work every fucking day from sundown to sun up. Even past that. I've been waking up at 6 a.m. every day. And I'm actually so proud that I have been. Because I've just been waking up naturally. Some days, I'd wake up at 6 a.m. and go back to fucking bed from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Which is not that much of a time frame. But I need to fucking stop doing that. Because I got shit that needs to be done. Now, when I do wake up, some things, if I don't have a to-do list, I don't know what to do. And I don't want to just sit there alone. So I need to figure out some shit. I need to make this business work because I already told myself I'm a great goddamn businessman. And I will be a great goddamn businessman. I'm going to make more than millions of dollars being a businessman. I want to help people. I want to help other businesses. I want to be able to be known as the guy that fucking does not stop. I'm going to be the one that fucking carries the boat. And I need to act like it because the past however many years I have not. Okay, just to be real, like I have not. Like future me is looking at you right now, like I don't even know what to say. Let's put in the goddamn work, man.